What's good, everyone? OJ here, and welcome back to a little bit of a new series that I'm going to be doing, talking about predictions for 2021. So we're pretty much done with this year, right? We got Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, we got Pikmin 3 coming up, and maybe a few more surprises here or there when it comes to third-party games. But for the most part, for the Switch, we know what we're getting for this year, so it's not too early to start looking towards next year and going over some big predictions that I'll have. Now, this will be a series of videos where I'll be focusing on certain games, and for this one, as you guys see in the title, we're going to be talking about Mario Kart 9. There is so much chatter around this game in terms of why this game hasn't been revealed yet. What's stopping it from doing so? Mario Kart 8's success. There's all sorts of stuff. So we're going to go over all of that and when you can expect, or at least when I think we should expect, Mario Kart 9. So let's first talk about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, because that's where this whole Mario Kart 9 thing starts. So the success of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, people have kind of pointed to that as the reason why we haven't gotten Mario Kart 9, which I do agree to a little bit, but at the same time, I think that the Switch's success in general might be the reason why, more so than anything, which I'll get to in just a bit. But Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, that game has sold over 25 million units. As of the last that we do know, it is the best-selling game on the Nintendo Switch, but we're going to get updated numbers by November here, so Animal Crossing New Horizons might have passed it up, but we have to wait and see on that one. But people look at that and say that's the reason why. But I'll be honest here, guys, it's not only that. The Switch's success is kind of propelling Nintendo, in my opinion, for the thought process to say, wait a minute, when we launch this next one, it can be even bigger. But like I said, we're going to get into that. Let's first start off on how I know Mario Kart 9 is even a thing in the first place. So there was an interview, and hopefully I can find it. I mean, if I can, I'll have it on the screen, or it'll be a link in the description. The Mario Kart team said that they start working on a new Mario Kart game as soon as the newest released Mario Kart game is out. Almost like console sales, right? Or consoles in general. Companies start working on the next console as soon as the current console is out and ready to go, right? So that's what they do with Mario Kart. So if you look back, we're talking 2014. That's when Mario Kart 8 came out, and they didn't spend a lot of time and resources and effort on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. They just upped it to 1080p, they fixed the battle mode, they added some quality of life enhancements to the tournaments and some stuff, and they also added to where you can have 2 items instead of 1 item per kart, which actually makes the game a lot better to play than the original Mario Kart 8. But it wasn't like it took the whole Mario Kart team to do that. So they've been working on a new Mario Kart game since 2014, 2015-ish, right? Because they did have the DLC that they worked on with Mario Kart 8 originally, which came out within like the next like year or two or something like that. So they had everything out by then. So by 2015, at the minimum, they were already working on a new game. So right now we're in 2020. So that would be 5 years. And if you count next year, because this is a 2021 prediction, then that would be 6 years of development at the minimum, maybe even more if you go back to 2014. So to me, that already says that Mario Kart 9 is a thing, and Mario Kart 9 will be revealed within the next year. I'm very confident that Nintendo is going to reveal this game and say, here we go, we've been working on this big game for the past few years, and Nintendo has done this so many times. They've done it this year. I mean, we've had 2 big games with Paper Mario the Origami King just come out of nowhere saying, hey, we got a game, here we go, right? And then also, if you look at Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, another game that just said, hey, here you go, coming out of nowhere, and it's going to be out pretty soon, right? So I think that we could see a very similar thing with Mario Kart 9 on the Switch. So what I was alluding to before with the install base. Now, people talk about how Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is selling so well, so that's the reason why we haven't got it yet. But I honestly think it's more so because of the Switch system itself. Yes, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's sales were great, but even if it sold 10 million less and it was at 15 million, I still think Nintendo, looking at what the Switch is doing, would want it to have possibly the biggest install base that it could potentially have. and tune up the game as much as they could and then release it on that massive install base. Imagine if next year, because I'm going to be predicting that it's going to be a November 2021 title. Imagine November 2021, Black Friday, holiday shopping, all of that. Mario Kart 9 on an install base of 80 something million to 90 million, right? Pushing that 100 million, and then Nintendo starts their track from there leading up until the end of the fiscal year in 2022. Imagine how much sales that game is going to get. Now, Mario Kart is always a long strider, a long distance runner. It doesn't sell like 20 million units in like a couple months or a few months or whatever. It's not like Animal Crossing has been doing, right? But Animal Crossing greatly benefited from the massive install base of the Switch when it did release. It greatly benefited over other games in terms of other big, huge Nintendo games that didn't have that quite same install base. And we're talking Nintendo's top big games here, right? Zelda didn't have that. Mario Odyssey didn't have that. Most of the other games that came out did not have that at the time, right? Install base equals more sales. So Nintendo's looking at that as well and saying, man, if we launched with 30 million more systems than we had when Animal Crossing New Horizons came out, or if we launched like with 30, 40 million more, I mean, imagine how much more for a Mario Kart game that we could get. It's going to be those big debut sales that Mario Kart doesn't really see all the time, right? It's going to be huge at the beginning, and then it will continue on like Mario Kart games usually do, because Mario Kart games never break super big sales records day one. They just sell for so long over a long period of time, right? And that's what makes the Mario Kart games the Mario Kart games. Even going back to Mario Kart Wii, there were other games that debuted bigger, but Mario Kart Wii just continued to sell every single month. Steady good sales, and then really good sales in the holiday period. So think about that. Launches in the holiday period, huge install base of 80 plus million. On top of that, leading in that holiday charge, I mean, to me, that is what Nintendo is waiting for. They are waiting for that 80 million plus, nearly up to 100 million, to push the system into that 100 million barrier too. I mean, imagine, we talk about system sellers all the time. Mario Kart would be that one. For a November game, Mario Kart would be that huge system seller, along with the other games that Nintendo is going to have lined up for 2021. Obviously, we're going to talk about Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 in a future video as well. So I do think that Nintendo's working on that. Now, another thing that I think that Nintendo's working on too is kind of taking the Mario Kart franchise in a little bit of a more advanced and different direction. I mean, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe had the whole anti-gravity, and if you look at all of the most recent Mario Kart games, there's always a theme with it, right? I mean, going back all the way to the DS, you had, okay, here's online play, and then you have with the Nintendo 3DS, okay, you have some paragliders, and you have like underwater, and stuff like that. Mario Kart 8, you have, okay, anti-gravity, right? Double Dash on the GameCube, right? You can go there 2 people. So they've always kind of reinvented each Mario Kart and have some type of new gimmick, mainline hook, and I think that they want to do that with this game. Now, I don't think it's going to be a double dash mode or some type of reused idea made a little bit more modern. Now, they could implement some things from previous games, which they've done before, right? Like the underwater stuff or like the paraglider stuff and all that. They can implement some things, but I do think that it's going to be something completely different in terms of the theme. And I also feel that they want to kind of enhance what they've done with the gameplay modes. I think that the offline single player could definitely be better from what they've offered. I know in the past they've had stuff like mission mode from like the DS, Mario Kart DS. I'd love for them to expand and make like an RPG racing mode a more complete single player experience, almost like a Crash Bandicoot, or a Crash Team Racing, I should say, more like it. A Crash Team Racing where you have boss battles and you have different types of events going on and you have maybe even co-op in there. That type of stuff would greatly enhance the appeal of Mario Kart even more. And I would play it even more if they did have those things. I know Diddy Kong Racing was famous for that. So I do think that they can implement something like that. But that type of stuff takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time to do that, and I think that they're taking their time to maybe implement something like that. Now, I also think that they're looking to enhance the online play too. I mean, the tournaments were great. They've done some other stuff to make things a bit better on the Switch with the online play, but enhancing the online and offline modes, I think, is a priority for them as well, because they did tweak some stuff from Mario Kart 8 to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So I do think that we could be getting that as well. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. I still think, once again, just to kind of go over it, my prediction would be November 2021. I think that's going to be the huge holiday title. I think that's going to push Nintendo to 100 million units going into the next year, or even that year, depending on how much stock they have, new models, what they do with price drops. Like for the Switch Lite, for example, I think a Mario Kart 9 Switch Lite bundle, you know, for $200 or for, you know, 210 or 220 or whatever they're going to do, you know, with it, that could be a very appealing bundle to lots of families out there. We have to wait and see what's going on with the pandemic, if that's still a thing and all that, and how many people are going out and shopping. But I do think that either way, it's going to be huge for them. So we're going to have to wait and see how it all shakes up here, guys. So what are you guys' thoughts on Mario Kart 9? And what are some of your predictions for if you do think it's dropping in 2021? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Check out the links in the description. We've got Twitter. Go and give us a follow on there. Stay up to date on all latest gaming news and information. Also, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you can. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace.